Welcome to Inner Sounds Academy YouTube channel, where we talk about everything to do with sound healing, all the magic, the science, the wonder, the tips, the tricks. So today I wanted to speak to a very common issue that happens actually like more often than you would think, and that is many people get really excited and they go out and buy some bowls or a bowl, and then a couple months later or a year later they find that somehow their bowls have they've gotten a little bit like lost in the shuffle of life, and for some reason there's been these other detours and they find that they don't play their bowl that often anymore. And I get a lot of emails about this, people just feeling really sad and a little bit of maybe shame, which you shouldn't have, because the point is, like, most of the time there's a good reason for it. And sometimes even though we know the medicine is the right thing for us, it still can be hard to take sometimes for whatever reason. So how do we jump back in to sound healing? Like, this is good for you, it's a good modality. And this is even true for just listening to sound baths, right? Like, if you're listening to the on-demand platform, maybe you get out of sync with it for a little while. And how do you come back to it? Well, a couple of suggestions of why your crystal bowl is now gathering dust. The first one is the location. So placement, like, where is this bowl located? Is it in a bag? Right? That's going to then take you the steps of, I have to unzip the bag, I've got to lift the bowl up, I've got to put it down, then I got to find a place for it somewhere in my house, and then finally I can go and play it. And then when I'm done, I have to take the bowl, put it back in its bag. Okay, so these are these obstacles that we're talking about when we're building a new habit. And basically, even something as simple as rolling out your yoga mat may prevent you from doing yoga that day. And I know it because it's true for me. I always have my yoga mat. It's just rolled out next to my bed. Why is it next to my bed? Because if I don't have it right there for when I first get up in my pajamas, I am unlikely to do my daily stretching and meditation routine. So guilty, but there's ways. Look at the placement, see where it is, and can you make this easier for yourself? So can you find a place in your home for your instrument that is very accessible? Some recommendations would be, like on your dresser. I love actually nestling things underneath parts of the desk that I'm not using. Some of those open desks, those sort of more modern desks, will have like an entire open area, and I'll make like the one corner a sound healing corner, or like my little altar corner. So there's a few suggestions. So first thing, find a good place in your home for your instrument that you can easily walk up to and play with absolutely no obstacles. Okay, number two of three is set a time for, listening or practice. So again, our minds just work so much better with an expected routine, right? Every morning I wake up and I have my cup of coffee, and then I play my crystal bowl, and I do that 3 times a week, right? So having a specific time, and I mentioned this in the Gong video too, about building good habits, good healing habits, is that specific time, especially if it's after something you already do every day. Like, hooking in a new habit with a habit that's already standardized makes everything a lot easier. So my third and final tip to get the dust off of your instruments is start really, really small. So Atomic Habits would say your first week is just about walking up to the bowls and just holding the mallet. And that would be considered your healing for the day, right? So you just walk up to your bowl, you hold your mallet. The next week, you walk up to the bowl, you hold your mallet, and you do, 2-4 times around. Right? And that's going to be your building of your habit little by little every single week until you have it actually, they say it takes like 6 weeks normally, and longer, right? To have it sort of lodge into your identity. Like, I use sound therapy for healing. Like, if that statement wants to be in your life, it takes a while to feel like, yeah, I heal with sound every day, or I heal with sound several times a week. But so starting out really small and making it really manageable, because some people jump in, especially around New Year's, they're like, I'm going to heal with sound like for an hour every single day. And then it just isn't possible, and we lose all of our momentum. So accelerate slowly, very slowly, make your goals nice and manageable. Find a place in your home that is very accessible, and hook your healing in to a specific time in your life. And you'll find it is a lot more successful. Let me know if you have any tips too, or if you're encountering that same problem, and through the comments, just let us know how it's going as you're trying to resurrect this wonderful non-invasive healing energy back into your life. Thank you all so much.